Maruti has just updated the new 2021 Swift, and the smile on my face says it all. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host Jatin. You are watching 91 Wheels, and today we are driving the new 2021 Maruti Swift. So I don't do this often, but to show you the biggest mechanical change of the new 2021 Swift has to be this updated heart. Yes, the 1.2 liter DualJet VVT petrol engine. But before I proceed, this is not a review. This is purely drive review that I'll be covering, and for the mileage test, for the acceleration test, and some of the hits and misses on the 2021 Swift that are in the description box. So do check it out. In this one, I'll be covering straight the driving part. So this is not a new engine, but rather an updated one. Yes, the 1.2 liter DualJet VVT petrol engine, which now generates 90 PS of power. Yes, that's 7 PS more than the older one. The older one used to make 83 PS. The torque remains the same, that is 130 Newton meters, and this engine is mated to a 5-speed manual transmission. Now let's get behind the wheel and see how it drives. Now getting behind the new Maruti Swift, I have to say that the motor revs happily till 6000 RPM. This additional 7 PS of power really comes in handy, and also when you are in the bumper to bumper city traffic as I am now, it actually feels lively too, because the lower RPM the engine feels smooth and refined. So you also need not to shift between the gears as much as possible. Another thing is that because of its light clutch, managing Swift in this heavy traffic is actually a good. If you are someone who's looking to buy Swift for pure city purpose, then it is beneficial for you too. I say it because the lighter clutch makes it a better driving car in bumper to bumper city traffic. Along with, you need not to shift much. The gear shift does not has to happen every now and then, and it comes in really handy. This was the driving part, but what about the ride, handling, as well as the suspension? Well, over the years, the suspension of the Swift has gone towards a stiffer side. So when you're driving on the bumpy roads, well, yes, the passenger sitting inside, or even you, will complain a little bit about the stiff suspension. Now coming to the handling, well, I have to say that this new Swift is equally good, and I have little to no complaints. Little because having driven the first and second generation, and I know that people who own Swift of that era, well, they are happy with the cornering, and when they come across the twisties, it feels confident. I'm not saying that this one doesn't feel confident. I mean, if I'm changing the lanes or even at roundabouts, I feel good driving it, but then it has lost its charm. The NVH level on the new Maruti Swift is on another level, and that is because of the insulation cover on the bonnet. Well, I don't think that it was in the earlier generation, and with that addition, the cabin inside is actually good. I'll just show it to you that when I start the car is now idling at 600 RPM, and there is no engine noise at all. The engine noise is heard when the compressor gets on and I just turn on the AC. That is when there is some amount of noise. Else, it is super silent and super refined. So this was all about how the new Maruti Swift drives, and if you enjoyed watching this video, you know what to do. Like this video, share this video, and do subscribe to 91 Wheels for more updates. This is your host Jatin signing off.